No, I don't think anyone can be an entrepreneur. It takes a particular type of person. You have to live it to be successful. My inspiration for starting Rotos 360 was to help develop offshore wind and onshore wind and help to reduce the cost of renewable energy so it could be much more viable to stop the pollution of the earth. I went on to make quite a lot of money, but that wasn't really why I did it. I think my adventurous background and also the determination required to be a successful sportsman really helped when I got into the commercial field. I've worked in 2 different disciplines in sport. I was a very good cyclist on normal bicycles, but then I carried on to race recumbent bicycles, both road races and record attempts. And then when I was about 24, I tried windsurfing. First I built possibly the first ever kite surfer, and then decided I'd try using a normal windsurfing rig on it. I went to the Weymouth Speed Trials with a windsurfer, did reasonably well, met some people, moved out to Hawaii. A year later I was a professional windsurfer, which then led to a fairly long career in speed windsurfing before finally going back to speed sailing after that. My progression into commercial renewable energy started around about 2000, where one of my friends started to build the first 1 or 2 offshore wind farms around here, and he came along to me and I surveyed some of the crew transfer vessels, I modified some of the crew transfer vessels, and then I did some designs for new transfer vessels based on my knowledge on sailing and the sea. One day when we were coming back from taking some people out to a met mast, they asked whether I knew anything about blade repair because they had a lot of rope access technicians and they wanted to get into blade repair. So I told them that I didn't specifically know anything about blade repair, but I'd built wing masts which are similar to wind turbine blades, and I'd done lots of composite repairs. So we then went out and I got a small grant off Renewables East to carry out some wind turbine blade repair research. We did everything ourselves in the startup phase of Rotos 360. We farmed out as little work to other people to keep the cost as low as we possibly could. In the early days, I carried out all the blade repairs for Rotos 360 myself. So we'd go out, get some work so that we could test our ideas during that work. We'd be working through the middle of the night, driving out to Ireland, working in horrendous conditions, waiting a lot of time for the weather to clear. It was really a very intense period. The real turning point for Rotos 360 was our final milestone, which was milestone 10, which was taking the ideas and the offshore blade repair platform out for its first commercial operation to Bard 1, the furthest offshore wind farm in the world, and started our blade repair campaign. The very first deployment of the platform on the turbine was a critical area, and then the next 10 weeks where we carried out 250 repairs and about 300 inspections, and it all went fine, and it was a very successful campaign. Rotos 360 is now a part of James Fisher, a large group that does defence, nuclear, oil, gas and renewables. They have indicated that renewables is a part of James Fisher that they want to expand as much as possible. I've always got some other ideas in mind. Whether they'll be along the same line as Rotos 360, I don't know. The one area I think which would really tie all these previous ideas together is looking at a sustainable way of powering ships, container ships, the oil tankers, the bulk cargo ships via the wind. No, I don't think anyone can be an entrepreneur. You have to live it to be successful.